continue to develop capacity and competencies so that we can improve also our operations.
Onslaught against criminality. Nigerian army undeterred in the fight against terrorists and other criminal elements in parts of the country.
Climate change, it causes insecurity, food shortage, lack of development in general, and women and children will be at the receiving end. So we are working towards finding the solution.
Nigerian First Lady Aisha Buhari calls for global action to address negative impact of climate change on the African continent.
All these projects are meant to bring support to the entire city center of the federal capital city.
And also tonight, roads to development. Federal government utilizes Sukuk to close infrastructure gap in the country. This is NTA Network News. I am Kenen Ima Abodike. Adeola Komi-Akere joins us from Lagos. Let's kickstart from security matters. As the Minister of Defense has received a report from the 25-member committee on the reforms by the Defense and Nigerian Armed Forces. Abubakar Akwanga reports.
The armed forces has remained a strategic component on the nation's security landscape and consistent in defeating the undesirable elements terrorizing different parts of the country. And to position the military for a greater service to the nation, a 25-man committee was inaugurated more than 2 months ago and now submits its report. Spearheaded by Major General Alwali Kazir, the members are also to serve as implementation and advisory committee for the reform of the armed forces and the Ministry of Defense.
It's supposed to be an implementation committee. That's why I went far in not only recommending strategies for the implementation, but at the same time coming up with actions and tools for those recommendations that had been made by the reform committee to be implemented. And it was a job that we tried to do pretty well, and I think we did well, and I think we did justice to the assignment given to us.
With this report, if properly implemented, you would have an armed forces that all of us will be proud to have. It should be compared with any armed forces in the world if properly allowed the implementation to work.
Minister of Defense Major General Bashir Magashi says the report will be thoroughly studied and necessary steps taken for a well-equipped armed forces and secured nation. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
Nigerian Army will continue to provide dedicated leadership in the fight against terrorists and other criminal elements by sustaining the onslaught against criminality. Chief of the Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, stated this during the final exercise and graduation of special training tagged Exercise Restore Hope, held at the Nigerian Army Base Camp, Kachia, Kaduna State. Suleiman Rigachikun reports.
In consonance with its professional restructuring to effectively respond to the threat to national defense and security, Nigerian Army developed Exercise Restore Hope to retrain officers and soldiers on techniques of engaging enemies of peace and weapon handling, among other strategies and tactics, winning the war against terrorism and other forms of crime.
I look forward to good news.
The Army Chief, while appreciating the strategic guidance and support of President Muhammadu Buhari to the Nigerian Armed Forces, says the Army will strive harder to free the country from miscreants.
The second set will assemble very soon in January or February, and now we'll continue to develop capacity and competencies so that we can improve also our operations. And that's the essence of this training. Also across our training institutions, we are also improving to include in our training curriculum, the lessons learned in this asymmetric warfare.
The 518 trained infantry personnel will proceed to the field to augment the ongoing effort of decimating terrorists in their dens. The gallant achievements of the armed forces deployed to the theater of operations, Army authorities say, will be sustained and strengthened to restore total peace and harmony in the affected areas. As part of his engagement in Kachia, Chief of the Army Staff inaugurated an ultra-modern water supply project provided by the Nigerian Army to the barracks community of the Nigerian Army School of Armament Technology. Sulema Rigachkun, NTA News.
In appreciation of his bravery, excellence, and professional conduct in dislodging Boko Haram terrorists in Yobe State between 2015 and 2017, the Nigerian police force visited wounded ACP Dawood Afika to reassure him of the force's resolve to support those who fought in defense of the nation. Francis Fom reports.
Fifth Avenue, Prince and Princess Estate, Kaura, Abuja came alive when top brass of the police visited the residence of ACP Dawood Afika. The visit a morale booster for officers and men of the force who have remained faithful and resilient in the battle against criminals.
I have to confess, I actually did not have any time for my family. All my life is police work, which I love so much.
Psychologically and otherwise, this has been a very, very trying moment to the entire family in all ramifications, finance, social, emotion, and everything. Somebody who can do almost everything by himself now is reduced to having to live with assistance.
ACP Fika was a gallant officer who led different operations against insurgents with huge successes recorded, but now incapacitated. The Nigeria Police Force is, however, coming to his rescue as bold steps are being taken to cushion the effects of hardship faced by the one-time fearless and brave crime fighter.
It's a sacrifice for the nation, and he's still entitled to some things that the police need to do regarding his health condition. And this is why I'm here, and I've discussed with him, and we'll go back and see how we can mitigate his two conditions that are presently in.
The IGP assured other officers and men in the front line of the battle of better welfare. Francis from NTA News.
In the meantime, the Nigeria Police Force has commenced investigation into the alleged professional misconduct, abuse of office, and extortion of 22 million naira worth of Bitcoin from some citizens in Lagos State. In a statement, the force indicated that the allegation is against the Deputy Superintendent of Police, Mwawe Cordelia, and others serving at the Force Criminal Investigations Department at Labo, Lagos. Consequently, DSP Cordelia and the other personnel allegedly indicted in the report have been ordered to report to the Special Investigation Panel at the Force Headquarters, Abuja, on Tuesday, 21st December 2021 to answer to the allegations. The force advised members of the public who have had similar experiences to come forward with detailed information to enable the panel achieve a holistic investigation. Northern Governors Forum has commended operations of the Nigerian Armed Forces in the onslaught of terrorist groups in different parts of the country. A statement issued by the Forum Chairman and Governor of Plateau State, Simon Bakola Long, appreciates Nigerian troops in dislodging enclaves of Boko Haram and bandits in northeast and northwest states of the country. Northern Governors Forum urged the Nigerian Armed Forces to sustain the onslaught against the violent criminals and commiserated with victims and relatives of the nefarious acts. Away from security matters now, 1,500 youths made up of farmers and herders in Zamfara North Sanitary District have benefited from the skill acquisition program of the senator representing the area, Senator Sahabi Yau. Aliyu Rabe reports that the project is aimed at improving the socio-economic lives of the people. His report is here presented.
Zamfara North Senatorial District is made of 4 local government areas, all in front line affected by banditry, which include Kauran Namoda, Zumi, Shinkapi, and Bruno Magachi. The people's life here have been devastated, hope the best. But the intervention of project and youth empowerment by Senator Sahabi Yau has strengthened their hope.
Before, we found ourselves in extreme difficult conditions, but now he is trying to make life better for us.
I feel happy to be part of beneficiaries in this empowerment. After the training, now I get the facility.
Healthcare delivery and provision of medical equipment and supplies to primary healthcare centers in the 4 local government areas, including 3 modern ambulance buses, are part of facilities donated by the senator.
I equally made an effort to make a provision of over 6,000 mama kits to all the PHCs. Provision of safe and potable drinking water through construction of 207 tube wells in Bindin Magaji and Shinkapi local governments.
Senator Sahabi also attracted the construction of Shanawa to Shinkapi Road, Stroke to Mayasa Road in Zulmi local government, Kungeki, Enkaba, Saka, Jiki Road and bridges, among others, and were commissioned by Governor of Zamfara State, Bello Muhammad Matawale.
Is uncomparable with any senator in this law. We know what you have done to this law, and we have seen now what he is given to me.
It was a special day for people of Zamfara North. As the saying, when you make positive impact in someone, you feel fulfilled, and that were the feelings of Senator Sahabiau, whom the people described as hope for hopeless.
Now, the First Lady of Nigeria and the President, Africa First Lady Peace Mission, Aisha Buhari, has called for the global action to address the negative impact of climate change on the African continent, focusing attention on its devastation on women and children. The First Lady stated this in Istanbul, Turkey, at the sideline of the 3rd Turkey-Africa Partnership. At the climate change conference organized by the Turkish First Lady, Emine Erdogan, the First Lady of Nigeria told her counterparts and other African First Ladies the importance of getting involved towards addressing the devastating impact of climate change, bearing in mind its negative consequences on the continent. Mrs. Buhari expressed the need for stakeholders, especially development partners, to mobilize resources towards finding a lasting solution.
We're here in Turkey to attend a climate change event organized by the First Lady of Turkey. And of course, the climate change, it causes insecurity, food shortage, lack of development in general, and women and children will be at the receiving end. So we're working towards finding the solution.
Another thing that has been highlighted is how Africa itself has been the recipient but not necessarily a contributor to climate change, but we are feeling the effects of it.
The First Lady of Turkey, Emine Erdogan, and other stakeholders, especially from the United Nations and the African Union, also emphasized on the need to put all hands on deck at addressing the negative impact of climate change. The First Lady of Nigeria, Aisha Buhari, has since returned to Abuja. You're watching NTA Network News. Let's pause for some commercial messages. Do stay.
May all your dreams come true this Christmas.
Everybody knows the secret to good cooking is that special ingredient. The mothers know it. But does this new generation know it? Let's find out. Mothers, daughters, are you ready? Yeah! Let the cooking begin.
Aristo tomato paste. Now we got home, and we got love, and we got children. With a spice of world, with a meal so great and so healthy. You know we've got with Aristo, with Tico, not Tico.
Ladies and gentlemen, food is ready.
Food of love.
Eat.
Aládùn pẹ̀lú Chico tomato paste. Hi, lápọ̀ṣẹ́ bẹ̀yẹ lílàdà. Chico tomato paste. Fanu, good food for the body. Yum, yum,
Risco Ruchico and Najico Tomato Paste is made by Risco Foods Limited, feeding Africans with healthy foods.
Over 1,500 winners have emerged and 27 million naira won. You too can be the next. Get ready to blow this season in the Airtel Recharge and Blow promo. You stand a chance to win up to 100 million naira, guaranteed tokens, and 25% discounts to restaurants across Nigeria. How awesome is that? All you have to do is meet your recharge target to win. Dial *444*4# to enter for the draw. Everyone's a winner, so hurry. Start recharging.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Dear friend, as 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
For you to tanda for this world, you got know what's up. Sabi waiting day ground, then start to do your run. Get ginger to study every. Because when you fit see the different side of the world, anything they possible. BBC News for Pidgin, make your life better.
When headache strikes, I always trust Sudrex Headache and Fever. For body pain, trust Sudrex Joint and Muscle Pain. Sudrex acts fast for headache and pain relief. Sudrex, overcome pain challenge. Win your day.
If I buy this bully, now drink can be my portion. People I say they happen for them.
No darling, after all of us now visitor.
Oh boy, no me the one place for 7 times a week. I was on get 5 times a week. And this I don't collect 6 times a week. This one now, everywhere you go.
Whether you be new or old MTN customer, turn up and with the boss spray everywhere you go.
Bobby, make una show.
Welcome back. Understanding the true meaning of celebrating Christmas as that which brings good tidings, joy and salvation to mankind took center stage at the 2021 Festival of Praise. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo was among special guests thrilled by national and international bands, choirs and artists. Joseph Otson was there and now reports.
Delightful songs of praise and display of masterpiece of musical arts with Walter Michael Volhet from Germany conducting. The unconcealing joy of the congregation is obvious as these flutes and trumpets take their act to other levels. Also, Joshua Selman is the guest speaker of the event. He sent us his message on understanding the essence of Christmas.
That the joy is not in the arrival of a baby. The joy is in the fact that that baby is Savior.
For many, it is a spiritual upliftment and a show of advancement in Nigeria's musical industry.
It was like heaven come down on earth.
We experienced some people from Turkey, from Germany. It was awesome.
They've been practicing for nearly 6 months or so, and then bringing all these experts to have this kind of top-class performance. We would like to go, if not every state, maybe zones.
This is the 14th edition of the festival, and this year's theme is Glory to God in the Highest. In Abuja, Joseph Utsen, NTA News.
Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boz Mustafa, has congratulated Nigeria's Zana Mustafa on his CNN award as one of the top 10 heroes of 2021. In a congratulatory message, the SGF commended Zana Mustafa for giving Nigeria's image a major boost in the international media through positive contributions in making education available to the vulnerable, particularly those orphaned by insurgency in the northeast geopolitical zone of the country. He urges Nigerians to emulate the award-winning Mustafa in view of the need to tackle and reduce the number of out-of-school children in the country. Chief of Naval Staff Vice Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo has observed that for the first time in 27 years, Wari and environs are experiencing a great calm, and the reason is not far-fetched, as the command is not leaving any stone unturned in fighting criminality. He made this known when he inaugurated the renovated 2 blocks of ratings accommodation in NNS Delta. Rosemary Omani reports.
The Chief of the Naval Staff and his entourage arrived at the Naval Base Wari. They are received by the Flag Officer commanding Central Naval Command, Yenegua, Bayelsa State. Mission in Wari is no other than to inaugurate the newly renovated blocks, which have 3 master bedrooms, self-contained, and 18 single rooms, among others. The project is in line with his strategic directive that personnel of the Nigerian Navy be provided with adequate and befitting accommodation. Speaking on behalf of the Naval Boss, the Director of Information, Nigerian Navy, Commodore Suleiman Dahun, informed the newsmen the extensively renovated accommodations, which will give comfort till the ratings, is expected to motivate them and enhance their performance.
This is not just the only project that has been commissioned. We just left Yenagoa, where some welfare projects were commissioned by the Chief of the Naval Staff. Vice
Admiral Awal Zubairu Gambo inspected the building and other facilities before taking a tour of the jetties. In Wari, I am Rosemary Omani, NTA News.
Now, students of tertiary institutions across the country may soon have information and communications technology (ICT) academies in their respective schools, where they will obtain digital literacy and other technological skills. This is the outcome of a collaboration between the Ministry of Communications and Digital Economy, Professor Isa Ali Pantami, and a technology company designed to develop local content through various training programs. ICT correspondent Joseph Johnson reports.
Shinibare and Shalom are both students of Ahmadu Bello University who are top winners in Network and Cloud ICT Competition 2021. The duo and their colleagues have come here to claim their awards, where the federal government, through the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy, expressed optimism that the Nigeria ICT Talent Development Cooperation MOU between the ministry and the executing technology company will further fast-track the development of the digital economy.
Part of the MOU, a minimum of 30,000 students are going to be trained on skills, and also we are going to establish around 300 centers in our universities, polytechnics and colleges of education.
The goal is to provide students with a rich and diverse platform to improve their ICT knowledge, practice and application skills.
Students, so employing these skills has helped me to understand the
underlying technology of how this thing works actually made us like at least we could be able to start our feet and provide enterprise network solutions to companies and even self-employ ourselves.
If the plan of establishing ICT Academy in tertiary institutions is eventually implemented, more digital genesis like Shonibare and Shalom are expected to emerge to cater for the needs of telecommunications industry, government workforce, and indeed achieving Nigeria's digital quest. Joseph Johnson, NTA News.
The federal government has unveiled enhanced e-passport facility in recognition of the importance of the Nigerian travel document as the highest confirmation of Nigerian citizenship. Minister of Interior Rauf Adeboshala performed the unveiling in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital. Lanre Waleyi has details.
The Minister of Interior revealed that the uniqueness of the enhanced e-passport include cutting-edge technology meant to expand and improve on the quality as well as provide a more secure travel document for Nigerians.
I'm here to encourage Nigerians not to rush, not to patronize touts, not to promote racketeering, but to patriotically abide by our rules, and you will see an improved passport administration process.
So 25 security features this one has. These are the unique. It has hologram, polycarbonate, waterproof, and not easily forged. We have 2 pages 5 years, 64 pages 5 years, and 64 pages 10 years.
This development also comes with new reforms in the Nigerian Immigration Service, some which include elimination of cash payments for any passport service at all passport centers, 6 weeks for fresh application and 3 weeks for reissue, and linking the passport to the National Identity Number NIN. From Ibadan, Lanre Waleyi, NTA News.
And talking infrastructure, the federal government has taken another trip into the Sukuk bond market to pursue key infrastructure projects in the country. Speaking on the 250 billion naira 10-year Sukuk offer, Director General of the Debt Management Office, Patience Onihar, said the focus is on roads and bridges to close the infrastructure gap in the country. Leah Katung Babatunde reports.
And all these projects are meant to bring support to the entire city center of the federal capital city. And in the list of the projects that we have are NTA CBN section 2 to area 1.
Looking at the infrastructure investment by the federal government of Nigeria through the Debt Management Office on the non-interest, that is the Sukuk bonds, are roads and bridges. And I'm standing atop one of such bridges right behind Maize and Nigerian Television Authority. Now this whole stretch of road has been under construction for a while. To my right-hand side there, you can see the road is partially completed, but you cannot say the same to the left-hand side. It looks pretty much like a forest, but then there's going to be a road channeling all the way through to area 1 in the Federal Capital Territory. It is the largest one we are issuing so far, and very important, there are now 3 ministries as opposed to 1 previously. So there's Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, which has been the only ministry we've partnered with before. Now there's the Ministry of the Federal Capital Territory, and then, of course, the Ministry of the Niger Delta.
The Ijaro Sukuk has 10-year tenure and a fixed coupon of 12.8% of maturity. Nigeria has previously issued 3 Sukuk in 2017, 2018 and 2020, raising 362.57 billion in Abuja. Lekutumba today, NTA News.
Chief of the Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya, says the Nigerian Army will continue to improve on its quality of training to deal with emergent range of security challenges bedeviling the country. Lieutenant General Farouk Yahaya stated this at the passing out parade of the 81 registered recruits of the Nigerian Army Depot, Zaria. Haruna Mohammed reports.
More than 5,000 personnel of the 81 regular recruit intake among the thousands of soldiers that have been produced by a depot Nigerian Army Zaria since its establishment in 1924.
The reviewing officer and Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Farouk Yahya, says with the excellent display by the recruits, the Nigerian Army is committed to tackling the numerous security challenges in various parts of the country.
You must be ready to go wherever ordered to defend the territorial integrity of Nigeria at any cost. You must obey all legitimate orders issued to you by your superiors, no matter how unpleasant. You must avoid any act that is inimical and poses a danger to the interests of the Nigerian Army, the armed forces of Nigeria, and the nation in general.
He says the various training by the Nigerian Army have been yielding positive results as evidenced by the robust fighting spirits of the soldiers in various theater of operations. In Kaduna, Haruna Mohammed, NTA News.
Now, commuters have been assured of a seamless flow of traffic during the Yuletide, especially at the bridgehead on the River Niger. The Co-Marshal Boboye Oyeyemi gave the assurance during the yearly joint press briefing with Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa in preparation of the Road Safety Commission towards ensuring free flow of traffic during the festive period.
Before now, road users have continued to experience gridlock at the bridgehead, especially during the Yuletide. This has made many in the past spend their Christmas at the bridgehead in a bid to access the gateway to the southeast.
We personally coordinated all the stakeholders involved to ensure that the road users, the commuters, don't sleep on the road and they have each free.
Governor Okowa is pleased with the result by the Road Safety Corps to ensure flawless commuting this season. For him, Delta State will continue to do its best in assisting the Federal Road Safety Corps.
There is no doubt that a lot of work is being done. There's usually a lot of travel at this point in time, and the bridge itself is a very problematic place. And realizing this over the years, we have always cooperated with the Federal Road Safety Corps to ensure that we have a free flow of traffic.
With the collaboration between the Delta State government and the Federal Road Safety Corps, it is expected that Deltas will have a hitch-free Christmas celebration in Asaba. Tessie Koka, NTA News.
Let's now go to health, where Gombe State government is stepping up medical care provision to all communities in the state. This is with the use of a mobile clinic that would reach out to areas requiring medical care, such as markets, where hospitals are not sited. Emmanuel Akila reports.
The mobile clinic is a truck equipped with the necessary facilities that can be found in a typical hospital. Governor Mahmoud Ino Yahya reiterates the determination of government to ensuring that the people of Gombe State get medical care wherever they are.
The health sector in Nigeria is among those that is highly challenged in terms of outreach and in terms of meeting the demands and needs of our people. And in that regard, whatever goes into health, if we go by the saying that health is wealth doing well,
communities be given the chance to receive basic health care, basic testing, and immunization. This is a welcome development to the people of Gombe State.
It's a very interesting initiative. The governor has really tried, and the people of Gombe State and the people outside Gombe will be very much happy.
The state government is working in collaboration with a telecommunication company that donates the truck to provide medical care to the people, including COVID-19 testing and vaccination. In Gombe, Emmanuel Akila, NTA News.
In politics, the All Progressives Congress Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee says it has commenced the processes to usher in the February 2022 National Convention. Salihu Gwanara reports that this, amongst other issues, formed highlights of the committee's meeting held at the Buhari House.
It is 1.5 years of the 13-member Malab Buni-led APC Caretaker and Extraordinary Convention Planning Committee in the driver's seat of the party's affairs. Few days to end of 2021, the committee in its 18th meeting that lasted about 5 hours behind closed doors made some key resolutions.
And resolved as follows. The party congratulated the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Muhammadu Buhari, on the implementation of several pro-people policies, programs that has positively impacted the lives of many Nigerians. Deliberated on the planned national convention and resolved to set up subcommittees on budgeting and other relevant structures for the national convention.
The caretaker committee also agreed to engage critical stakeholders as part of the strategy to fast-track the party's activities schedule for the incoming year 2022. In Abuja, Saliu Gwanara, NTA News.
Time now to join Adeola in Lagos for more reports.
Thank you, Kenny. There is a concerted effort by the Nigerian Customs Service to fully automate its operations through the deployment of the e-Customs platform. The project, expected to commence next year, the Deputy National Public Relations Officer of the service, Timi Bomodi, said will certainly fast-track harmonization of import and export procedures and drastically reduce congestion within and around the port community. Michael Olaleye reports.
One of the challenges confronting the customs service at the Apapa trade corridor is concealment and false declaration of items by importers. It is a problem inhibiting the process of trade facilitation and clearance due to the inability of consignees to give credible information on volume, origin, and destination of cargoes.
Every problem in the port, it is now translated into custom.
The customs area controller at the Apapa port is worried, but equally responding through scientific approach, one of which include increasing automation level to 90% and integration of the forensic management system for cross-examination purpose.
Some of the people does not even come for examination. They were expecting to carry the consignment through what? Arrangement. Or they do open and close. And when we hold those kind of people, they say, no, they are not facilitating trade. You bring 100 containers because we selected maybe 10 out of it to do examination. You say, no, why do you have to select 10 containers? So selecting of 10 containers out of 100 is just a discretion. It's not a rule. And it is a process of trade facilitation.
Significant among the remarkable seizures recorded by the Apapa Command within the year is the interception of cocaine with duty-paid value of $54 million. And going forward, the e-Customs project will not just make it difficult for questionable containers to cross the mark, but will lead to the harmonization of violation for genuine importation.
Honesty, therefore, is the best policy, and we expect agents and importers to toe this line, as it will cost them much less to do so. We promise expedited clearance for those who are transparent in their dealings with us.
The take-home for importers and exporters within the corridor is that compliance with extant laws on credible declaration and payment NTA News.
Christians have been admonished to be mindful of the way they live their lives, as they will give account of their journey on earth. This was the focus of the message at the elevation of canons to archdeacons and investiture of Right Reverend Peter Ogumuyiwa as Archbishop of the African Church, Abuja Province. Amaka Obo reports.
It was a gathering of church leaders and the congregation to witness yet another milestone in the church. It is the elevation of this clergy to a higher hierarchy. 2 canons and a bishop. The sermon was centered on prepare the way for the Lord.
And I pray that as God has taken you to this exalted position, He will assist you.
The 2 canons represented to the people of God for elevation to become archdeacons. Also, the Archbishop-elect Right Reverend Peter Ogumuyiwa was also presented to the people with the Pledge of Allegiance. Next was the investiture and presentation of certificates. Goodwill messages came from the Christian Association of Nigeria, CAN, and representative of the Vice President, Professor Yemi Oshibajo.
I pray that this unity shall be sustained.
Congratulations to the Private particularly the Archbishop and the late.
The investiture was done in accordance with the constitution of the church.
It must be a shining light to our generation.
He was elevated to become an Archbishop of the African Church, to see to the affairs, connect with the government agencies, and relate back to the church.
For the Archbishop and his family, the investiture is a divine call.
My elevation is a testimony that at the point that you have exhausted your own strength, that is where God begins.
I pray for power and I pray for wisdom and understanding from God.
The African Church was founded in 1901 in Lagos. Amaka O, NTA News.
And we'll take another break now. The news will continue thereafter. To stay on.
Introducing an all-time mega offer. Get over 50% discount in the Airtel Home Broadband mega offer. Buy a router for just 10,000 naira and get up to 240 gigabyte or on Wi-Fi for 5,000 naira and get up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband bar. Airtel, the smartphone network.
I did look for pension fund administrator. We're soft, make sense, we care for me. Shy. No be the type when story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. No. You bring the show, them no go stress you. Call them, they accessible. Yes, customer care where they on point. No go regret when you try, of course. Reasonable investment. Everything just
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615-700-704 to make the switch today. Premium pension. Active today, premium tomorrow.
I remember then, when they asked me, oh, what do you want to do in future? I always say I want to be a newscaster.
There are a lot of times I've told Trust that I don't believe you can't see.
Trust is always ready to do something extra. He's always coming out to say, can I do a bit more?
My mind was, where would this stop? How can I be going with a blind child from this age? How will I cope? He will always come to me, Mommy, I know I can't see, but don't bother, Mommy.
My wife now said, let him just go to village and relax. As they were going, they had accident. And the one that Trust was following, I lost the boy in the accident. When the scholarship came, it's as if they put water on a dry pot. That's how our joy was bubbling. If not, I don't know whether Trust could have graduated with his colleagues.
Life is a journey. You have to make that journey work.
This is beautiful.
Quality is vital. Quality is Vitafoam.
Hello, honey.
Hey, baby.
Wow. Those guys are good in bed.
What? Yes, we're good in bed. Hurry now to any Vitafoam accredited dealer nationwide or visit us online on www.vitafoamng.com to place your order today. Vitafoam, the fine art of living.
People, how do you feel when you see bulldozers demolish beautiful but illegally built private houses, estates, or plazas? Agony and pain. That is exactly what the FCT administration feels also. no responsible government is happy to inflict pain on her people by demolishing any property. Are you planning to acquire a piece of land? Avoid buying land from indigents or local chiefs or any other unauthorized source, as doing so could ruin your valuable investment. Only the Minister of FCT allocates land in Abuja. So, to acquire a piece of land in Abuja, go to the Abuja Geographic Information Systems, popularly known as AGIS, and obtain the relevant application form. Also, visit the FCDA Mass Housing Department to check the genuineness of land title before you acquire any property in any of the housing estates in Abuja. Do the right thing. Don't be a victim. This message is from the Federal Capital Territory Administration.
Thank you for staying with us. Musa Abubakar will now bring us business news.
Thank you, Kenneth. The United Nations Conference on Trade and Development has revealed that Africa's current untapped export potentials amounts to $21.9 billion, equivalent to 43% of inter-African exports. The organization, in its latest report on economic development in Africa, said an additional $9.2 billion of export potential could be realized through partial tariff liberalization under the African Continental Free Trade Area, AFCFTA, over the next 5 years. The report says to unlock the untapped potential, various inter-Africa non-tariff barriers, including costly non-tariff measures, infrastructure, and market information gaps, need to be addressed. This requires joint efforts under the AFCFTA. It noted that AFCFTA could reduce COVID-19 induced growth, contraction, poverty, and inequality trends while spurring sustainable and inclusive growth on the continent if strong support targeting women, young traders, and small businesses are implemented. And now the stock is a positive sentiment at the end of trading in the equities market, where the all-share index added 0.10% to close 42,394.71 basis point, and market capitalization at 22 trillion naira. 142 million shares worth 2.4 billion naira were traded in 3,749 deals. The financial services industry dominated the activity chart, with FBN Holdings Guarantee Trust Holding Company and Sovereign Trust Insurance PLC the most active to boost market turnover. That concludes business news. It's back to you, Kenny.
Thank you, Musa. Sakoto is next, and Nana is standing by.
Thank you, Kenny, and good evening, everyone. In a bid to complement the efforts of the Independent National Electoral Commission towards enlightening electorates on continuous voter registration, Sokoto State Government has engaged traditional and religious leaders. Sheikh Muhammad Datti reports that the traditional and religious leaders were invited to attend a one-day sensitization campaign organized by the Office of the Special Advisor on Special Duties in collaboration with the Sultanate Council.
Forming every government relies solely on individual eligible voter to take part in choosing the candidate of his or her own choice. The elected individuals can only come to power by getting highest number of votes from the electorates. The need for every eligible voter to acquire a voter's card drew the attention of the state government to bring together traditional rulers and religious leaders who are the closest to the electorates and best for the mobilization process. Importance attached to owning a voter card in the electoral process dominated discussions. Speakers identified insecurity, lack of adequate centers, and knowledge of ICT as contributing factors.
They will go around enlightening people. Those who are preaching, they will preach for each and every individual to go and register with the National Independent Electoral Commission.
An INEC official demonstrated practical aspect of electronic voting, voter registration, and overview of the situation in Sokoto. Dr. Abubakar Abdullahi of Political Science Department, Usman Danfodio University, presented a paper on voters' card and credible election, while Dr. Usman Abdul Qadir dwelt on the role of traditional rulers and religious leaders in voters' mobilization and registration. Questions were entertained from the participants, who are expected to mobilize their subjects on the importance of voters' card at the grassroots. In Sokoto, Shehu Muhammad Deti, NTA News.
Well, that's it for us here in Sokoto. The news will continue after this commercial break.
Merry Pigmas!
Does your toothpaste give you complete fresh protection? New Close-Up Toothpaste Complete Fresh Protection takes care of your 5 important oral care needs. It gives you strong teeth, prevents tooth holes, cleans deeply, fights bacteria, and gives you fresh breath. Complete fresh protection from Close-Up.
When you hear the sound of credit alert, we can easy transfer, so we want to serve you better. No be play, we go turn your business around. We have fidelity, Show you be the person we want to relax. Save your money and go with the serve, we no dey tire. Say now your future be a concern. At fidelity, fidelity, there for you. We are here for you. We are the band for you. We are the one for you. All for you. For me, for you. When it comes to you, we will stand by you. Trust in us. For you. We are the band for you. We are the band for you.
We keep our word. When headache strikes, I always trust Sudrex Headache and Fever. For body pain, trust Sudrex Joint and Muscle Pain. Sudrex acts fast for headache and pain relief. Sudrex, overcome pain challenge. Win your day.
Dear friend, as 2021 ends, we share your gratitude for its blessings. We acknowledge your low moments too and wish you strength to carry through. At Bedmate, we'll keep making your living better because we believe that furniture is not just an item made of wood, glass, marble, or steel, but a symbol of your unity and good times with your loved ones. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year full of all the finest things you desire.
My schedule can be tight most days, and because I'm always on the go, I need a quick snack or drink to keep me going. And that's why I love my Hollandia yogurt. Every day I choose Hollandia yogurt because it contains protein, calcium, vitamin A, B vitamins, and vitamin H, which my body needs. Hollandia yogurt comes in 2 variants, plain sweetened and strawberry. Wholesome nourishment from your favorite brand.
Not all washing powders are the same. Sunlight adds bursts of freshness to cleaning power to give you Sunlight 2-in-1 for sensational cleaning and freshness that lasts. Sunlight 2-in-1, sensational cleaning with burst after burst of freshness. Introducing Sunlight with luxurious oud fragrance.
And now sports.
Welcome to Sports Updates. The National Council on Sports has approved November 2nd to November 15th, 2022 as the dates for the 21st National Sports Festival in Delta State, tagged Asaba 2022.
Speaking on Monday in Asaba at the Extraordinary National Council on Sports meeting, the minister thanked the states for hosting the all-important sports meeting, stating that the successes of Nigeria in sports would not be complete without the contribution of the states and the giant strides of our athletes. Delta State Governor Ifeanyi Okowa thanked the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development for the opportunity to host the National Sports Festival. Meanwhile, Kifa Football Academy has emerged the champion of the 2021 Niger Delta Under-17 Peace Cup. Kifa beat Delta United by a lone goal to lift the maiden trophy of the event held at Iko Ekpene Township Stadium, Akwa Ibom.
The first edition of this tournament, and I'm proud of myself. I make my family proud, my teammates proud.
Give God all the praise. We took second position out of 18 teams that get to the tournament.
The rationale behind this tournament was for us to identify our young stars so that we can launch them out to national football and then international soccer.
Nigeria Cricket Federation is poised to focus on national teams' technical competence as part of its 5 key strategic imperative for the year 2022. Others include grassroots development as well as production of 25,000 new entrants into its sporting family.
Yeah, I mean, this is arguably the best way to start getting the buy-in of the major cricket stakeholders in Nigeria.
And finally, 60 hockey players are now in camp for the 2022 African Cup of Nations, which begins in January next year. This is in preparation for the 11th men and 8th women edition billed for Ghana. I am Cynthia Ogun, NTA News.
The death has occurred of Madam Mabel Okorafor after a protracted ill health. A release from the family explained late Mabel Okorafor as one who was committed in raising her children with the fear of God and one who contributed greatly to community development through women mobilization and empowerment. Her burial arrangements at Amivi Arachuku local government area of Abia State will be duly announced to the public. Late Madam Mabel Okorafor is survived by children including Mazi Peter Okorafor, National Secretary, Coalition of APC Support Groups. That does it on the NTA Network News tonight. Thanks indeed for watching, and do remember to be a star with the NTA. Join the fight against rape and rapists. I am Kenan Ima Abudike. Good night.